They thought I fell off. I was just in the cocoon. I didn't go ghost. I went in. Discipline over distraction. Value over validation. Welcome back to the Philosofee Show. This podcast is not for everybody. Some people are cool with where they are, and that's fine. But this one, this episode, this era, it's for the ones who want more. I'm not saying you gotta think like me. I'm saying if you feel like there's something more out there for you, if where you at ain't where you wanna stay, then you might be right here with me. See, the hardest thing for me lately has been being around people who don't want to grow. Not even spiritually, just mentally, emotionally, financially. I get bored quick. Not because I'm ungrateful, but because I know I've tasted purpose and I want more of it. So I'm picking my pleasures wisely. I've pulled back drastically. I ain't smoking every day no more. I ain't drinking just to pass time. Nah, if I do it now, it's a celebration, not an escape. I might go 3 months clean, locked in, then loosen up for a weekend. But I'm done making habits out of distractions. I'm at the halfway mark in life, and I've decided I want to live the way I want to live for the rest of my life, starting now. What I've learned in this cocoon stage is that tomorrow don't even exist yet. Yesterday, gone. So really, it's all about today. And the question becomes, what kind of moments are you creating while you're here in this wild, beautiful simulation they call Earth? What will you make out this moment? Cause that's the only thing real.
Yo, Louis Wood Radio is back. Tweezie the Don and LC Raz back at it again, coming full force. We're reaching deep into the underground, connecting artists worldwide to build that global network vibe. You won't laugh? True? Fire-ass music? We got all that and more. New season drops July 4th. Independence, energy, and elevation. Louis Wood or Louis Woody? You already know what it is.
Instagram rich, put that on the Bible. She gon' get this. She say she like the ride. She slid in my ride. Hop in the whip, baby girl. You know we good. No Diddy, no Drake. Let's get that understood. Might be some baby auto, a little smack and a little tussling, no fist though. You know what's happening. Take a week off, queen. We going places. Paris, Monaco, palaces. Don't pack your shit. I know you got me on the back.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the
Philosofee.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. I'm Tweezie the Don.
I'm your man, Daddy Rich.
Yes, and we are the council.
It's the council.
Yeah, it's Sunday, man. It's feeling good. You know, we're going to start off by talking about our week a little bit. I got some stuff for y'all, man. Pretty good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some reflection shit. You know what I'm saying? But, and it actually happened this morning. Because I like to, you know, I be going through my life and just taking certain stuff, bringing it to the show to get some help from my people. You know what I'm saying?
We in here.
But you know, I've been having my kids, my son, my twins for about 2-3 weeks now. Love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the longer I'm with them, this, you know what I'm saying? It's like I had withdrawal from it. Like I had to suppress, because I'm telling you, when I would, man, since I got on my own till about, man, it was since like 2 years ago, bro. It was pretty much me raising my kids. I've been in the household. I get the kids. It's been that. So once they get in the little older stuff and the stuff I've been talking about with all that extra shit, they getting older. Number one, shit. My youngest are 12 now. So they grown. So it's like I'm not taking care of them. They not around like that. So the 12-year-olds just brings it back to me being able to be the father that I always wanted to be to my kids.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Instilling to them, so they can see a father, a real father that's there, being real with them, present. So nobody perfect out here. You know what I'm saying? And you can look at that with me and your mother. I know y'all had an idea and all this, but you at a certain day at the age now, I can actually. They not gonna all the way get it, but it's time to start prepping them to hear it. You get what I'm saying? Like they probably ain't gonna understand what I'm saying, but it's time to start prepping them so they can hear it. You are a man. You are gonna, in 6 years, you're gonna be looking like me, and it's not gonna be the same. And I'm telling you this not to argue with your mother, because I'm being just honest with you. I'm saying this so you can understand your mother. You get me? You don't hear me arguing with your mama. And I don't agree with a lot of stuff she do. But that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. What matters is that I inject my fatherhood into you guys so you can see both sides of it and figure it out for yourself. Yeah. But remember, I'm a man, you a man. So I'm teaching you how to be a man. Not a woman who thinks she know what a man go through or never went through. Not saying you can't. It's different when you are. If you like, I can't say I know what Daddy Rich is. I don't know how Daddy Rich live and feel. I can say that, but do I really know? Because you're Daddy Rich.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. When I say that, she a whole different person. I'm who I am. You come from both of us. I'm teaching you how to be a better man. That's what I'm on. And then you can learn whatever you want, because I'm going to send you out there to do that. I'm not trying to coddle you. You know, I'm here to love you. My love different. But I want you to go outside. I'm not scared. Would I be worried if somebody snatched you? Yes. But I can't live like that. My daddy them let us go outside. It probably was worse then.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. Y'all just scary and get it a lot now because you got phones. But this outside rapists, it was some shit going down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you as an individual, you get taught what to look for, what not to look for. Hopefully. And if you can't live in your neighborhood, I don't care how bad your neighborhood is. If you can't live in your neighborhood without somebody watching out for your children, then yeah, it's a problem.
That's a problem.
You know what I'm saying? If kids can't go to parks, it's a problem.
That's a problem.
So my kids, they been good. Like I've been good in the hood. Have I got robbed before? Yeah, I did. But that was my slow ass walking down a dark street. I get it. You can talk shit all you want. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I ain't saying I should have got robbed, but I did. I saw the dude, spoke to the dude, and walked right past him. I wasn't thinking he was going to rob me. I just wasn't thinking it. But I should have thought it. This is why this dude on the corner by himself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm clean as, I'm fresh. I wasn't thinking like that, though. That's why I talk to, that's what you got to talk to them type of things to talk to your kids about. You know what I'm saying? So, like I told them, man, when I was 11, and whenever the age I could have caught a bus, I caught a bus.
Definitely.
if you can go outside at 3 and don't have to be in till 8 or 9, why stick around here? Take your ass to the science center. I just need to know where you're at.
Yeah.
Take your ass to the science center. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do. If you're gonna do dumb shit, you're gonna do some dumb shit.
That's real.
So
We've did a lot of dumb shit.
and we have, but I had the funnest times being able to go outside and not be, stay in the house and when I go to work, don't go outside or some stuff like that, or can't cook. I could cook at 12, 13, and that's my daddy. I was living with my daddy at that time. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to cook from looking at my father cook. So I was just, man. So I was saying all that because I got off it's still on the same point. But I was saying all that because I got a text message this morning of my children's mother. I'll just read the text. I ain't gonna give it too much about it. I'm just gonna read it. Cause y'all, this the type of stuff we be going through, man. We gotta, and this is one of the best points of the Philosophy Show. Because it's this real action that just happened.
Truth and transparency.
Truth and transparency. So this is what she texted me. I have parents calling me, telling me things such as, we've been taking care of your kids all summer. We buy them clothes, feed them, make sure they have something to drink. The little one is always sitting at the park by himself, while the other one is at the pool with others. They sound, and then she put another text. They sound very concerned as they are moving today, and the twins wanted to stay connected with their child. And then she put, what the hell is going on? Do I need to come and get them earlier than planned? They 12, they need supervision. What the fuck is up? So I'm like, I go in there to the twins. I'm like, why is your mama texting me this? And they looking like they don't know. So I'm like, listen, text your mama, tell her y'all are all right, and quit texting daddy that. You know what I'm saying? And then I just went into this explanation to them. I'm like, look, first I asked them, are you all right? Because, or are you telling her this? And she like, and my thing is, if I know y'all, if you could just go off this text, you're going to personalize it to you, however you think. I know this woman. The whole text is a way that I can't say nothing to the twins. Basically, this is something coming from a whole nother parent calling her, how did they get her number? So I asked them, and because I be on that type of shit. So I asked them that, and Tony, because he's a liar, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm like, did y'all give any of your friends your mama's number and all of this type of shit? And I'm like, well, basically, Tony said no. So I'm like, okay, she either making this shit up or da-da-da-da. Then Tonio was like, yeah, you did. So he gave her the number. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. So it's like, I'm telling them, like, are y'all ready to go? And they like, no, they not ready to, you know what I'm saying? And this the shit that I have to, it's like, why do I have to go through this with my kids or with this? But the point of what's going on is, this is what she always do. That's why I don't deal with her. That's why I just don't deal with, because everything is always over exaggerated and this and this and that, and you really trying to control over her. I asked, I was like, do y'all notice that I don't call your mama when y'all really at any time? But I was specifically saying why they with her. I don't. Do y'all think I agree with y'all mama a lot? And they like, no. You don't see me arguing with her or calling her or doing none of that, because it's no point of doing that. It's because that's your household. You do whatever the hell you want to do over there. If you hurting the kids, they'll let me know. And I don't believe you will. I don't think you gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying can't nobody trick you and all that type of shit, but my kids 12, but they better know what's up, and I don't think you would do that. So what are you know what I'm saying? Why are you worried with them over here with me when you done live with me when I raised kids? You know what I'm saying? You done dropped the twins off when they was little. Man, I was doing school, a job, and taking care of the twins with my daughters. And she'll drop them off at midnight because she was working a midnight job. But it'd be way before midnight because she'll want to get sleep and all. I just like, yeah, just drop them off whenever you need. When I get home at this time, you can drop them off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, I can raise kids. I done raise, and then they 12. It's easier than that. It's time for them to start learning how to.
Easy.
Yeah, they 12. They know how to cook. They good. That's why I told them today. I'm like, listen. Because Tonio, I told him don't go outside till I get home from work. But Tonio been leaving before I get home, but Anthony will be there. So I really didn't, like I told him, like, listen, I know you've been leaving early. The only reason why I've been letting it slide because y'all actually been doing good. They been doing good. And I don't know because I got cameras around the house now because they lie too goddamn. You can't be going in my room because, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm not trying to whoop y'all like that. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? If I have to whoop you, I whoop you because I have to whoop you. If I don't have to whoop you, I'm not. So if you steady doing shit and I don't know exactly it's you, but I know it's you, but you lying, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't finna have that. I'm finna put some cameras up because I already know it's you, but you gonna sit here and keep lying to me. I got you. Something got to, we gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't keep lying to me and I know it's you. Then I finally called him. And he ain't been in that bitch no more. I didn't even whoop him that time either. I just went in there and said, yeah, what was you doing in my room? And showed him the camera. Because he saw the camera. When he was in there.
I gotta see if this real.
Nah, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him there was no cameras in there. I want him to act natural. Act like what you normally do when you think I ain't home. Called him and he knew it too. He went in there. He was going to get something. He saw that light go deep. He went. I ducked down. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. I told him, but I kind of gave him a little hint some shit was gonna happen. So you right about them not believing, but because I'm like, yeah, we gonna figure this out because I know. First of all, I don't want to be whooping you for no reason, but at the same time, I'm not stupid, man. They was in there stealing my change. They was in there doing a lot of shit, bro. In my shit. And I tell them before I leave every time, don't go in my room. Like I tell them this, and it don't matter. They're gonna go in there, motherfucker. That's some weird shit, bro. But I guess, I'm trying to think. Tell us, man. That's a question. What is the obsession with going in your parents' room? Not that I'm a parent. Listen, I say this, right? And it's crazy. That's why I don't be looking at my kids no type of way, bro. Because when I was young, we was watching pornos. That's what we went in our parents' room to do. Watch pornos. You know what I'm saying? Like find a porno or some shit like that. That's what we went in our room in there for. I never found well, I probably did find a deal, though. I can't remember, though. You know what I'm saying? But I found naked pictures of my who at the time my stepmama.
Oh wow!
So I can confess that I was in the parents' room. What is the obsession with it though? Did you ever have any issues like that?
Well, see, I used to go in my parents' room to watch day TV because maybe other people was watching the front.
All day.
And the second reason is to steal my dad's Gap Band tape. Hey man, I was a little young dude. I loved some damn Gap Band. I
See?
used to take something and put a scratch on it so I could rewind it back. And one day he caught me getting the tape.
Oh.
He like, son, what you doing? I just wanted to listen to your Gap Band tape. He looked at me like, Gap Band? Man, that to me that was fun. Outstanding.
Yeah, that
What?
was, yeah.
Live instruments.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of obsessed with the music since a little dude, you know, because my
Yeah.
dad used to listen to the K-Sheed, the rock, because, you know, he was in the Army and all that. And
Yeah.
his music palette was different, so I think that's why mine's is so different. You know what I'm saying? But I like live instruments, all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I used to go in there and steal my dad Gap Band tape.
It's the obsession, bro.
Yeah, man.
Where we at? What up, Raz? I see you, fam.
What up, LC?
Oh, man. So, I sent her a little text message back, man, just letting her know that, you know, pretty much that the situation is all right over here. Even if somebody called you and said that, which I believe is a lie, that's just my own personal opinion. I just think it's a lie. And I think that because I heard her talking to them one time, not trying to, but I straight heard her talking to them, and it was just really trying to figure out what they doing over here. And it's like, listen, I don't try to figure out what they doing at your house. What is you trying to figure? You can't, we give them a pass because we say that's motherly. But if you using it to do that, that's not motherly. That's trying to find some shit so you can use it. Quit spying on them. You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to spy over here and try to dictate shit that's going on over here. I know what I'm doing. I don't need, and this goes with relationship wise too. I had to straight think about that. Like one of my turnoffs, like with women, is somebody who always trying to tell you what to do. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of women who, and I'm talking about the ones who don't know what the fuck they talking about. Like, seriously, like if you've never dealt with it before or you don't know my situation, don't try to tell me what to do. I'm not looking for a counselor in a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't deal with that type of shit. I want somebody who's gonna be a complimentary to who I am, not somebody trying to steer me somewhere. I already know where I'm going. I'm good.
Steering is manipulation.
Yeah, I'm good. And then they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. So, pretty much, man, just steering with that, with the situation with the kids, just like, that's unnecessary worry. You know what I'm saying? And even if you did get that phone call, you should have enough faith in me that the children are all right. If the kid's not telling you, come get me, mama, which they would have no problem doing, then that's a different situation. But having somebody, could be as crazy as your dumb ass. I wouldn't believe that. If somebody called me saying that type of shit to me, first of all, I wouldn't even be, I don't know, man. I ain't that. If you going over somebody's house, I would want to meet them if I have to meet them. You're not dating them or no. You going outside to play. You get what I'm saying? So they do go to this basketball court. I know where it's at. I done seen a little dude come through a few times. You know what I'm saying? I ain't met the parent. But they be in the house when I tell them to be in the house. We talk more than enough. Man, they been solid, bro. So why is you getting numbers of people who I ain't even got the number of, and they're over here? Not at your. I asked them, do they go outside over there? They say no. I said, and my thing is, I don't believe everything they say either, because they probably got the over exaggerating shit too. You know what I'm saying? Plus they kids. but they getting old enough to know the difference. But like I am like, do y'all go outside? Like, no. Then they'll say some shit like, she don't trust this person, and then da-da-da. Like, I get it. I get that. But do you know something we don't know? Is it a lot of molesters? You know what I'm saying? That's how I start thinking when somebody think that if your kids can't go outside in your own neighborhood, why not?
That's a little scary.
That's a little nuts. But it's scary, but with the type of person she is, I don't think it's that. I think that's just a natural thing. That's just how she is. One of them worry warts. It's like she'll worry wart you into an illness. You don't want her around you when you're ill. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I really didn't want to stick with her no more, because I peeped that out. I'm like, you turn everything. You don't look for. I'm a problem solver. If some shit happened to me, I'm figuring out how to solve it. If I gotta cut it loose, pivot. That's what I'm on. I'm not finna indulge in the worrying part about it. You get what I'm saying? And that's what she do. And it's a negative thing, especially when it come to boys too. You can't be a worrier, sons. You have to be a person who makes something happen. You get what I'm saying? Period. If you sick, whatever. If you sick, you sick. You got to have that mentality to face it. You can't worry yourself to the death. Who want to do that? You know what I'm saying? And then you got to know when you're blessed. You can't. Blessings do come with curse. People don't be understanding that. With your blessings, curses do come. That's part of your blessing. That's why it's your blessing. You know what I'm saying? And people be super blessed, right? But you got somebody on the outside stirring your mind to where you don't even know that you're blessed because you're going off of their perception. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they projecting themselves on you.
Yes. So you can't. That's what I want to. That's what I've always wanted to break in my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell them, like, y'all are individuals. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be better than me. That's what I say to my children. Regardless of, because don't say I'm hating on you when I love you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be honest with you. That's what I wanted as a child. I might not knew if I could handle it. I ain't going to lie. But I think I would have worked a little bit better if I had some truth in my ear. Somebody guiding me with some truth in my ear. Not letting me think, oh, just because they smile at me and they like you. You get what I'm saying? You can hear that shit, but when you hear it from your father or somebody close to you, you see all the time, where you can come talk to them because you say, oh, man, my daddy did tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of somebody worried all the goddamn time. Yeah, that's a difference, bro. It's a difference. So that's what I had to deal with this morning. But I said it straight, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, me and my sons had a good talking. Let them know I love them. And make sure, just let them know, man, listen, I don't deal with the worries. I mean, I deal with the worries, but I'm not a worry ward. We make shit happen. If y'all got an issue, you can come to me. You know what I'm saying? We're growing. This is grow time. I'm not on nothing else. It ain't nothing else to be on.
Man, big facts, bro.
But with that being said, man, I want to send, for some reason, because this ain't me, let me rewind that, because it is me. Because a part of, for the Philosophy show, is tapping into your dark side. Quit denying your dark side. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, I've been off my schedule. I've been working out, though. The discipline, it's like I've been merging both. The discipline and the smoking, because I'm a smoke to the fort. That's what I'm thinking. But I really wasn't supposed. I said I wasn't. But, shoot, my deal, which if you remember the last episode, it was a truce with myself. So my deal was, I continue to do the healthy shit and then celebrate until the 4th of July. See how that work out. Because you ain't did that in a while. It was, I ain't gonna, well, I don't know. I probably was, though. I'm finna sit here and lie. But not the, probably food-wise I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And fasting-wise I probably wasn't. But keeping both of those, see how they work out. You know what I'm saying? Just fuck with it. Because I'm not smoking and drinking because I got to do a drug test or I'm drinking too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it just for discipline things to keep my mind, make sure I'm not dependent on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that being said, I just wanted to do it full speed, embrace the dark side, because it be needing. It's been going down, bro. It's been going down personally. Like, it's been a crunch, but it's always a crunch. Every year it's a crunch. You know what I'm saying? And the crunch always it get weathered regardless of what, but it's always the Most High put that situation in there, bro, to where it keeps me thinking all the time. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got to make moves, and it can't be no wait until this and that. It got to be consistent moves to make hot. It don't matter if it's the littlest shit. You got to make it. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, the soliloquy from the forgotten memoirs of a forgotten father. That's gonna be a soliloquy about that. It's called God Principles.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause the thing is, man, I'll be honest with you. With the plan I've set forward from when I first got into the game, you know what I'm saying? It will be the 10th year, which this the 9th year. The 10th year will be the final phase of that plan. You know what I'm saying? So it's really going. Only thing that's not going where it's supposed. I mean, I can't even lie. Everything actually, in reality, everything is where it's supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just about the full execution of what we got going on, which I can't give y'all the full description of that. Shout out to the BGN Network.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. But it's just all of that shit. Just this week, bro. It's been a reflection week, and also some others. I'll talk to you about this offline.
Okay.
That's too juicy for today. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'll just say, you know, old things. That's all. Old things come back and resurface, so you still gotta face it. But we'll talk about that later, man. I want to give a shout out to this woman because I've been scrolling through fucking Facebook looking at fucking reels, and I normally don't do that shit, but something been having. I think I can't even say I think no more. They caught on to the algorithm that I like to look at, or they think I like to look at, because some of the shit I really don't fuck with, but I noticed what they've been putting in front of me, and Candace Owens been coming in front of me. And the reason, and I normally I ain't gonna say I never liked her, but she was like guilty by association because she fucked with Trump. But now that she's been there for a while, and I've been listening to her position a lot. You know, of course you ain't gonna agree with everything somebody say, but her consistency has been the same. People really don't like her because she is. I don't know if this is the right thing to say, and I'm talking about for her. I don't care about nobody else because. Do you know who Candace Owens is? Okay. So her logic in her argument is so simple when it comes to these situations of the men and women. And women want to be men and men want to be women. She starts off with just a simple situation of if they're born with a penis, they're a man. If they can't have birth, you know, a man can't have birth. I mean, a woman can't have birth. It's simple, and she be on her debating these people who basically telling, like I saw the Nick Cannon one, and Nick Cannon wasn't telling her she was wrong. He was like, well, you know, you can't do that. You can't be real with people. You gotta, you know, it's other people who believe that it's another way. And he was like, okay, let me ask you this. Can a man have a baby? And she like, no. He like, no. And she was like, can a woman be a man? And he like, no. And he was like, well, but you can't do that. And she was like, okay, if that's the case, it's, remember the lady who wanted to be, nah, that's not the same one, because she got him with that. But the Nick Cannon one was, she went all the way to the pedophiles, the ones who feel they can have sex with kids. She went all the way there, and he like, nah, don't. He was like, nah, let's go there, because that's what it's gonna go to. These people feel like they should be able to have sex with children. So would you look the other way for them and tell them it's all right for them to have sex with children? Just like you telling this gay man is all, you know what I'm saying? I know don't nobody want to say it, but this is what it could. That's what she's saying.
That's what it's come to.
That's what it.
Yeah,
so
it's going, it's curving that way.
So, and if it's curving that way, I mean, where does you gotta have people like her and like a lot of other people who, hey man and woman, I mean, you can have your outlooks on that, that's fine, but you can't convince me. I don't care about what, you can think whatever you want with gender, but you can't convince me to convince my kids to feel the way that you feel. I can hear what you're saying and I can try to understand it, and if I conceive it, okay, I get it, but these are all new. We never heard of this shit. Where y'all getting this shit from? And I'm just being real, not ignorant. Where are you getting these things from that says it's 100 different genders? I'm just trying to, and my thing is, she got old boy too with this one. This was a gay dude. He was like, whoever that lady named who wanted to be black, remember that was going on. She was white, but she said she was proposing as if she was black. She was in the NAACP. She was one of them ladies. So she was like, so you defend her? He's like, no, she's crazy. He was like, okay, how is she nah. She said, no, she's not crazy, because how can a man be a woman? Well, she's white. Well, he's a man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, well, he's a man. One of them saying he's a woman, or she's a woman saying, what's the difference? And this is a gay dude she's arguing with. What's the difference? And when she said, I'm like, damn, she got him, because he was clearly like, no, that's a white woman. She can't be black. That's a man.
He can't be He proved her on point forward.
So, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I believe this, and we are in this country, so we should kind of understand this. The more information you put in your head on the same subject to try to figure shit out, the more confused you get. It's simple. And my thing is, if you're a freak, and that's pretty much what we call that, if you want to be honest. If you're a freak, you're a freak. Keep it at the freak. You don't have to, how can you say it? Come up with shit to explain why you want to get have sex with a man and a man have sex, if you want to watch it, you don't have to explain it. That's your sexual desire. As long as you are consenting adults, I think you'll be good. So the issue things and all of that, I don't think we have to do all of that. I don't think we have to do all of that. I understand, fighting for your rights, but I don't think it's too many people out here hating on homosexuals. I don't see it.
I don't see it.
Even straight people. Now, if you want to say how many, those are what you call that domestic abuses to me. When I ain't against it, and I ain't saying, I'm just being honest with you, because they bring up the transsexuals getting killed, and they only bring that up in certain situations. But if you look at it like y'all say, look at it, those are domestic disputes. Those are, and I'm only going, now this is an opinion, and I'm gonna be honest with you. When I heard something like that, I heard either whoever that dude fucking with, whoever that tranny fucking with, whoever that dude is, either he didn't know or he didn't want nobody to know. If that's that. Or I don't see, man, I went to high school with gay dudes, man. And there was a lot of cold hood, all that. They wasn't whooping. We look at that as soft, right? We ain't trying to beat up no gay dude or kill no gay dude. We ain't on that. I'm just being honest. I went to high school with a couple of them. One came on to me.
Oh, wow.
And my instincts was to punch him in his shit, but I didn't. I went about my business. You know what I'm saying? And we was in the same, I just ignored the shit like it didn't happen and just act like I was like, nigga, because I ain't gay. I wasn't on that. But my thing was, it wasn't to kill him. I didn't feel like, I didn't want to kill him.
His life.
Yeah, like, nigga, it didn't make me gay. That's what I'm saying right there. That's why when motherfuckers getting murked, I think that's more of it than people don't like gay people. Yeah. You get what I'm just, that's coming from a straight male who been around gay people, and I don't have no issues with any type of, I don't care what you do in your bedroom. That's why I say keep it simple. I respect anybody that's a human being. I don't care what you do in your bedroom, long as you ain't fucking my gal. You know what I'm saying? Or kids.
About right. Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So with that being said, man, I think this is Gay Pride Month, ain't it? Shout out to all the
it's Pride Month, Jim.
Yeah, shout out to all of you colorful people out there. I fucks with you. But I'm not finna, it's not that hard to understand. It's not that hard to understand, so don't try to twist it. All right, man. What's up, man? How your week been?
Man, it's been good, man. Can't complain. My brother-in-law got baptized this morning, man. So I'm
Baptized in the funk.
Just happy, man. Here's the thing. Me and my wife was talking, and she like, baby, he watching you. He look up to you. And I was talking to my bishop after church, and I told him, man, me and my wife had that conversation. I understand that that's an assignment of mine.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of times we don't get to pick our assignments. We just need to be willing.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I understand that now, with the new knowledge of knowing he watching me and he looking up to me, I gotta make sure I'm giving him the best example.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So yeah, man.
He
What
watching
we-
you. What you mean watching you at the church?
Just watching me live life
All day.
and how I move, and you know, some of those people watch you close and afar, just like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I admire some things about you.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, in so many words, and we always talk about what it looks like with Christ in the Most High and what it looks like without him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just want to show him what it looks like with him.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't want to show him he'd already lived a life of that, you know, and seen enough of what it looked like without.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I want to make sure I'm, you know, setting an example, man. You know,
No
holding
doubt.
myself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to be a stumbling block, as it say in the word, for my brother.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So
Good.
great week, man.
Yes, sir. Always a great week, man. Baptism within. All right, man. I think we're gonna get this show started,
Yeah.
brother.
It's the philosophy with the council.
All day. We finna go to the next.
You already know what time it is. This next segment is for the soul. It's time for Straight Out the Book with my brother Daddy Rich. I don't know what scripture or passage he bringing today, but I know it's going to be a relevant one. So go ahead, bro. Bless the mic.
Yo, 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 I'm your man, Daddy Rich, and this segment is called Straight Out the Book.
Yes, sir.
Today I have 1 Peter 5 and 10. Once again, that's 1 Peter 5 and 10. And it reads as thus. And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. So this verse here I picked because it's talk about restoring you, not me, but you. You know, some people who have started a journey and may have fell off, or as the church say, backsliding a little bit. You know, just be encouraged that he never said it'll be easy, but he always said it'll be worth it if you follow him. You know, so man, you, as Donnie McClurkin say, get back up again.
Yes, sir.
You can stand, you know what I'm saying? And God say he'll never leave you nor forsake you, man. So he always there, even when you think he's not. He's been there for you. He known you before you was in your mother's womb, as the words say. So man, he'll never leave you nor forsake you. None of us is perfect, but just keep trying and be willing.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So I got a question I want to ask you, man. It's one of these questions I hear a lot from, you know, people who probably don't believe in a higher power. This they go-to question. If God is real, why does he let good people suffer? As a father and a man of the word, how do you respond?
Let me find it for you. See if it pop up. So, let me just be flat. Ask your question one more time.
If God is real, why does he let good people suffer?
We are supposed to take part in that because it was Christ who went to the cross and suffered for us. So we will have a small understanding and insight as to what he went through to cover our sins. So, with that, this flesh, the world loves this flesh and this flesh loves the world. But the spirit loves the spirit. And the spirit and the true spirit is Christ. So as the Bible says, to die to self, that means to kill this flesh. Because the flesh, the tongue, is wicked.
Yeah.
It don't know good.
Yeah.
But that spirit worship God in truth and in spirit, because God is a spirit. Your spirit came from God. Connect to his spirit. And that's where the suffering gives you just a small insight in what he went through to cover your sins. So that's why it's important to, if everything works for the good, that means the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Everything works for your good. That's like you said, as they say, there's no such thing as losses, only lessons.
Yeah.
So when we thinking from that point of view, and they say all things work for the good, that means the good things you go to, the good times and the bad times.
Yeah.
It's shaping you, it's molding you into who he called you to be. So we got to take the good with the bad, and suffering comes with that.
Yeah.
But there's a promise at the end of that. Is that we'll be with him eternally.
Right. That's the whole point.
You know how long eternity is versus this short life of 45, 46 years we done live. Eternity is forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
the promise.
the key point though,
Mm-hmm.
this the only thing, like, if they don't have faith, that's not gonna matter to them.
It's impossible to please God without it.
Yeah, so I look at it more like this when they say that. If you don't believe in the Most High, that don't matter. Period. Do you know what happened when you die? Since you're talking about, you don't believe in the Most High and all this, I get what you're saying. So do you know what happened when you die? Do you know? Who knows if somebody leaving this earth is good or bad?
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly. Because our measuring stick could only be what this earthly.
What you said, the flesh
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
when it get hot, what we do?
Look for something.
Yeah.
You know
So
what
we
I'm
get
saying?
manipulated. We get manipulated. We don't know what the fuck death is. Real talking, and I be looking. I'm like, I've been there. I never forsaken the Most High, because it's like, it's one simple thing in us that I feel how you can't forsaken the Most High. If you feel like you are God, that's more better than not believing in a God. I give him that. But if you on this earth and you don't think it's something more hot, you can, even with evolution, you can use evolution and the Darwin, it's still not, you still got to go all the way back to the beginning. I don't know if it's, I'm going to say this, I don't know what God looked like. I don't know none of that. I don't know if the Christian religion is truly true or Muslim stuff is truly true. But I do know it's gotta be, it's something. We can't just be on this fucking earth. The only one I ain't been in no astronaut. I don't know what's going on. We don't know.
Mm.
I just know for us to be able to watch a TV and do these lights, and it's something way more than just us.
Way more.
Way more. I don't care how you put it. So we don't, my man, one of the things when I heard that triggered me is like, man, we don't know if dying is a good or bad thing. I get the pain and the suffering and the hurting. Well, we actually kind of get used to that sometimes. That's how adaptive we are. So we don't know we don't know what happens when we die. You can just make it up as you come, whatever the case may be. So that suffering is part of living, period.
That's it, brother.
It's no good people suffering, bad. It's everybody suffering.
Everybody gonna taste it.
However it comes to you.
It's gonna be on everybody's plate.
Served up.
Yes, sir.
So that is a illogical thing to think about when it comes to the Most High. We don't think like that. We don't think he's supposed to dictate our lives. I ain't gonna say dictate our lives. We do move with the guidance of the Most High and wanting to be more like the Most High. But I'm saying if I gotta go to work, I'm not gonna be praying the Most High to bring me the money that I didn't get when I didn't go to work. That's not what it's for. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not that genie in the bottle. That's not what it is.
That's not what it is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull this off the shelf. Some pixie dust. I'm gonna make $1 million up here right here.
Right.
It's not what it is.
It's
It's not what it is.
You have to put in your work to get whatever happens out here and whatever life you want to live. The Most High is the appreciation for the afterlife. We just showing it in the reflection up here. However we show it, if you part of that. But to ask that question, you not searching for the right answer. You ain't searching too good. Them not the answers you should be concerned about.
It's just a whole lot that should come before that.
Yeah.
The basics. You know what I'm saying? That's trying to avoid the beginning to get to the end.
Yeah.
That's trying to avoid the work to get to the reward. But the work comes first.
It gotta come first.
Yeah.
Or it ain't
That's real.
It ain't nothing.
Ain't no reward.
None.
If ain't no work going on, you know what I'm saying?
So, all right, man. Again, appreciate that, Daddy Rich, man.
No problem, brother.
As always, that was right on time. Y'all make sure y'all sit with that, reflect on it, and let it feed you this week. That was straight out the book.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Right back.
Yeah. Stars steady falling, destiny calling. Remember the falling, remember the falling. Stars steady falling, destiny calling. Remember the falling, remember the falling.
I remember when it wasn't about hoes and thugs. Let's go back to the days when we was showing some love. Cause my city bigger than guns and drugs, and my city's bigger than shootings at clubs. Politicking with a chicken, that was the mission. Relaxing, just sipping, no policy hidden. Burdens were few, see cats with the kittens. When laws came around, then niggas got missing. It was ciphers going down, we parking lot pimping. Cars rolling up, drop the windows that's tinted. Daps and hugs, show mutual feelings. MCs all around, it was stiff competition. We progress, this hip-hop agenda. Those without bars, we return to sender. Nights at High Point, I clearly remember. Shout out to Luke Mine and DJ Finster. The culture took form, it looked like a blender. Patients were patronized, consumed by the splendor. Euphoric was the scene, everyone was contenders. When giants fell down, it kinda sound like timber. I remember when it wasn't about hoes and thugs. Let's go back to the days when we was showing some love. Cause my city bigger than guns and drugs, and my city's bigger than shootings at clubs. I remember when it wasn't about hoes and thugs. Let's go back to the days when we was showing some love. Cause my city bigger than guns and drugs, and my city's bigger than shootings at clubs. I remember chicken wing cookouts, needing no lookouts, food stamps. I was scared to pull the book out. DJ spinning, speakers still hitting. Old school cars with the souped up engine. Cart new Glennon, chrome rim spinning. Clark Wallabies with your favorite linen. Hugging the block was usual things. And 2 for 15, I'm trying to get that cream. Before slime balls was slick and backdoor trick. Someone deeper in the game and shit got thick. I chose to leave it in the game and switch my fix. Now I'm still here writing these hits. Hip hop is the shit. As I state my claim, by time these niggas notice the name, I'm daddy rich. I brought it back to the state, just hoping that these cats can relate. I remember when it wasn't about hoes and thugs. Let's go.
Title: MJ versus LeBron. Why can't both be great? This next segment, we step into a holy debate territory. Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, the combo that never dies, but instead of trying to crown one, we asking a better question. Why do we struggle to celebrate both? Why is there only room for one king when greatness wears more than one face? And I'm going to add on to that, why can't we just crown the king who the king now? That king ain't even walking no more. I mean, you know, not literally, but he ain't even playing no more. And it's obvious on who the king. I mean, real talk. So with that being said, I want to give some stats for both of these guys. All right, and this I got us per game.
20 seasons.
20 seasons.
Jesus.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Start talking about who to go. I get that you got your opinion, but to start saying somebody trash because of what? Because you think somebody different is the GOAT? That's not good.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah, it's lame.
That's lame, dog.
You can't. You listen with Kobe. That's why even with Kobe, it's like I can't say if he really better than or worse than LeBron. How can I say that? I don't know. Allen Iverson. You trying to tell me he ain't no GOAT? He ain't in the GOAT status? I get it. Oh, so you putting rings in it. So if it's rings, it's too much extra. That's not it.
It's always going to be a layer added.
Yeah.
Talking about that. To justify not picking one or the other. And that's just not for MJ and LeBron. That's for
a lot.
Was before and after and doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be another layer added.
And I don't understand why it has to be that way. I get, listen, and my thing is an opinion is an opinion. Do I think LeBron James is a better player than Michael Jordan? I do. Do I think Jordan is more clutch than LeBron? Yes. I don't care how many times LeBron made the clutch. I know LeBron can make a clutch shot. I ain't saying he can't, but I'm gonna put Jordan in this situation. And I'm pretty sure LeBron wouldn't give a fuck about passing it to him. So they great in different ways. They didn't even play the same. You know what? This is one thing I'm gonna say about this Daddy Rich. I think that's a blessing to LeBron's career. It's not. I think it was more of a marketing strategy that took a life of his own. How many other people was compared to Michael Jordan before LeBron? Be honest. It was.
It was.
But he actually marketed himself along with whatever he did on that basketball court to solidify it's only really them two now. That's nuts.
Yeah, man.
So
And then he made it to the point where it wasn't just a comparison. It was actually concrete that I might be past
woo,
the comparison
man.
or who I'm compared to. You know, so man, that's man, 20 seasons, bro.
Who? I mean, come on, stop.
I don't know a lot of stuff that I want to do for 20 years, bro.
And my thing is, man,
At the highest level,
think of this, bro. 20 years of playing basketball, not getting up. You know, we do shit when we ain't playing basketball. I played basketball when I was like 30 something, and I didn't want to play every week. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was young, yeah, I used to drink. I was murking it every day. Once you start getting them aches, if you playing ball, you're gonna get aches. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
I know I went back out like 30 something. I don't know exactly how old I was, but I know it was after I came back from the military. And I hoop, I be sore for weeks, bro. And I was working out and everything. That's my thing. It wasn't that I was out of shape. It's the wear and tear. I used to get elbow. I didn't know what it was called back then, but when you whatever they call it when you
Tendinitis?
yeah, I used to ankle shit used to mess. So when somebody, I understand like people, they just playing basketball. Do that for 20 years.
Man, that's some wear and tear, bro.
I'm just saying.
Man, running up and down that court, getting hit and hitting that wood. that ain't that
Nah.
the
Turf.
new rubber gym that
Nah.
they got in most of these schools.
Nah.
That's wood.
Ugh. You hit that
concrete
motherfucker. It
under.
pook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get him. How can I like people? How you gonna take away? Cause he took care of his body or whatever. I know people say that all the time, but I'm gonna say this, man. That he was blessed by the Most High to maintain that, because you can't. Anything could have happened. He could have did all that and broke his bones, or he could have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just you treating that. I ain't saying that ain't help, but the Most High blessed you, bro. 20. No, he in this. He's 22 years right
He's
now.
22. Ooh, man.
22 finna be 23 years, bro.
Man, that's a long time.
Bro. So LeBron, bro, to me, and Michael Jordan. That's why I say Michael Jordan is past. Yes, he did his thing. He, you know, like I said, my biasness toward Michael Jordan, because I can be honest to you, I wasn't a Jordan fan. I wanted Jordan to get beat. You know what I'm saying? Did I respect him? Yes, I respected him. But I wasn't no Jordan fan, and I never tripped off calling him the GOAT. Ever. I've never tripped off calling. Not saying if we had to label 1 through 5, if I picked my starting 5, that I wouldn't pick him. I'm not stupid. But my GOAT, I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Like they done personalized GOAT. No, who's the GOAT? Who's the greatest of all times? Let's be, if you saying over the years, it's always gonna be something. After LeBron gone, it's gonna be that debate. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna be just like LeBron didn't win 6-0 in the finals. Kobe, nobody won 6-0. Nobody done it, right? Ain't nobody gonna do what LeBron did. But it's gonna be a different. What LeBron did was redefine the GOAT with
Only
play
got like
too.
50,000 points.
They saying 50. I think I'm trying to figure out. Are they not counting playoff when it say the most points of all times? Are they not counting the playoffs? Like, is that all-time scoring.
22 years, they can't be counting something.
Yeah.
Because when I think 50, I'm like, that's a lot of points, but shit. Is that all he got? Because, man, to be at that level consistently for 22 years, going into 23,
Yeah.
might we add.
And I think he just went down to 24 or something. He ain't went too far from 25. So that's how I feel about it, man. And before I do want to, it's hard to name my starting five when it get to the power forwards, but I will align my team to. So I'm gonna get LeBron to be my point forward, so he'll be controlling the game. I have Michael Jordan as my shooting guard, AI as my shooting point guard, because I already got a guard in LeBron. My power forward, it was a toss-up, but not really. I'm going to go with Rasheed Wallace because he got a better bag than Tim Duncan. And the motherfucker will sleep on Rasheed. And then I'll just go with straight Shaq for my center. You know what I'm saying? So, because I can't, man, it's two people that I believe, it might be more than that. Because the older people, I don't know about them too much. I'm not a super NBA historian with players. I only see what I see and go off of that and do my research on the current players. So I can't go back to I could, but I have no interest in going back trying to figure that out right now. But the people that I know I feel get disrespected a lot and shouldn't, and it's because of rings. And the one of them I'm gonna say it ain't because of rings because he got two of them. But it's kind of is because he ain't got more than two. Bird and AI. I think it wouldn't have been a LeBron James if it wasn't AI. I kind of seen LeBron James from learning from what AI went through and learned to do it to go to Miami instead of staying with Cleveland while they just making money off you, that's what the business supposed to do. But they not. Yeah, but I mean that's the point that LeBron changed, because you can layer what the curse was with the comparison to MJ is that MJ stayed because they're all. MJ stayed with. He didn't have the team. It's like, is that the right way to think? Because I saw AI stay with Philly, ain't win a chip after he made that final run. They didn't go back. They didn't help him build a team. He get traded to Denver. They ain't Denver with a young squad where he wasn't really AI. It was about Melo and J.R. Smith at that time.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I peeped that. Ain't that pretty much how it went with AI? LeBron learned from that and did it way better. He left 1-2, show y'all, yeah, I'm championship caliber on the team if you give me somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not some people I got to teach every goddamn thing to. Somebody who got swag, who gonna shoot at the motherfucker and get down. Play some defense. You know what I'm saying? So he went there and fuck with Pat Riley, because anytime you can leave, the way he did, man, he did it so raw. They don't trip off how raw he did that. As a player, one of the youngest players. Well, yeah, one of the youngest players to get in the league. Who control. Look at what happened with Kobe. He stayed with the Lakers. He ain't do no negotiation with his shit. He didn't want to.
He said he landed in the city of all cities.
Yeah, so LeBron went to Miami, murked it. I mean, I don't care what nobody say. 2 championships, 4 years, 2 championships. Look who you went against. Dallas, y'all can say that was a fucked up. We all wanted Miami. I ain't gonna say we all. I know it was some people who wanted Dallas to win, but you had to think that they wasn't gonna win. But if you was watching how they got to that motherfucker, you kind of would have been a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? They had a squad. Kid was because he needed to get that chip. I think that was his only chip, wasn't it, Kid, at that time?
Yeah, I think so.
So he
Dirk.
Yep, because that was like at the end of his reign, Kid. But I mean, that was a squad that was to be reckoned with. And yeah, at the same time, LeBron, you know, he didn't play up to his par for whatever reason it was. But he learned his lesson and came back to backs on that ass with streaks and everything. Then went back to Cleveland and won a chip. One of the historic chips. Then went to LA and won one during the COVID, where people feel like people kill me trying to take away from. If we know how miserable COVID was. Now y'all don't feel. This one reason I did feel bad about some rich people, because they couldn't be rich at that time. You know what I'm saying? You could be. They were still rich, but if you heard them complaining, because I listened to what they was complaining about, and yeah, we gonna be good. Period. It don't matter if the food different or not. We gonna eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be somebody complaining.
Always gonna be somebody complaining.
Yeah. So you got to think. The more money you got, the more you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. So if you stuck somewhere and you can't go nowhere, that's not easy. Then you got to play basketball. That's your outlet for real, because you ain't doing nothing else but basketball. And if you ask anybody who was in that motherfucker, they said that was the hardest time of their life during COVID. So that chip actually means way more than what people try to act like.
Because wasn't no norms going on.
Wasn't none.
We just lucky and happy to get basketball.
For real.
They could have shut that down.
And my thing is, I swear, I've said it was the Most High. I'm just being, because I'm like, you get 3 months rest. Because they needed rest. And that's why I think they really won. Now, if they want to say that, then, but everybody got rest. But they got that 3 months or however many months it was rest, bro. Lock in, go in that mug and just play straight basketball. Come on.
Got to actually appreciate it again. Cause man, it's been taken from us for 3 months.
Man, motherfuckers were getting in trouble for going to the strip club to get wings. Like during that time.
I want that chicken bad, bro.
I'm like, damn.
Oh, wow.
It's going down, bro.
He said it's a lot of germs in there. But we don't want you to catch that one germ. Trying to get some wings.
So, but yeah, man, and my thing with, I'm going to say this about the Jordan era, because my thing is, man, it's over. Ain't nobody, I get that we got to move, that we got to appreciate the past. I get that, but not in detriment to what's amongst us. Man, we got some monsters out there in the NBA, bro. I'm proud of LeBron James because of he was one of the youngest players to get into the game, to take control of his destination. Do you know that LeBron James have never been traded in his 22 years, going on 23 years, bro? Never been traded. You got to be a smart, phenomenal business person and individual to not be traded in 20 years and win chips. You or y'all, your team. to take away, and now I want to get personal with him, because with Jordan, we got personal with him, but people somehow look over, which is cool too, because I feel like the older he get, the more he gonna do for his people, because that's just how people get. I get the, sometimes you can't turn off what you got to turn off to get what you get, because you got to keep getting it till you feel comfortable. I get that when it comes to Jordan. He was real. He's told us he wasn't fucking with us like that. He want to sell shoes. That was his outlook on it. I don't think he like that now. I ain't saying he ain't, but we did get personal with Michael Jordan. So you can't do nothing but get personal with LeBron James. And I don't know, everybody got a dark side. I ain't saying LeBron James is perfect by no means, but the representation that he shows has been outstanding, and I ain't seen him make one wrong slip. I done heard him cuss. I know he drink wine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing too much else about no personal shit about him, because whatever they got going on, he's keeping it impeccably together. Him, his wife, his kids, all of them. The whole team.
No leaks.
None. At all. And he's doing his thing. This man is, I think he's a billionaire along with Jordan, which Jordan is out the game and should be at $1 billion, but nigga, he's a billionaire right now. How can you be angry at this? How can us as individuals not look at this guy and be like, man, at 18, like, you can't say the Most High didn't have his hand on that boy to
orchestrated.
Be goddamn, like, dude,
from 18 years old, orchestrated.
Before 18, to be real with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
When he was in high school, it was looking professional.
I mean, he got in the game with 90 million. Turned down millions. Where you come from?
90 million.
Like,
my first check, 90 million?
Like, yeah. That before I even
How
hit.
you turn your nose up at that?
I'm saying.
Like, you know what it remind me of? It remind me of, you ever ran across an old D-boy
Oh, man.
that got out the streets and he had to get back into civilian lifestyle, and the stories they tell, man, I used to. That's what it remind me of, those ones who shook their pom-poms from Jordan through the 80s and the 90s. Can't let it go. They refuse to say anybody's better than Jordan. But the GOAT conversation, as we always talk about it, is generational.
Yes, sir.
And that's even to the music too.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? Because the generations before us wouldn't say Jay the GOAT or Nas the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? They would say Millie Mill and all them guys.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Where it started.
Mm-hmm.
But this generation will have a different GOAT.
Yep.
They GOAT might be a Drake, a Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
You know, that's
just how it go.
Yeah, that's just the generations and the differences from living through the changes between the generation.
It's a good, and I think if y'all are doing this for sport, which is, we hunger for that, to speak who better than who because of what and all of that. I get it, but when it comes to, I like to hear real stats and real situations and all of that, because depending on if you think, it might be a person who don't think rings matter. So you telling me whoever they pick as a GOAT, if somebody say AI the GOAT, I can't sit here and be like, AI. If I hear somebody say a name I don't know, I'm gonna go look them up and see what they did, and hey, why you if I don't understand why you think they the GOAT, I'm gonna ask you. But like you said, it's like I don't look at it like that no more. I can't because I can't with the comparison to Michael. Y'all so well. I think it was a marketing scheme first of all, which was a great marketing scheme. I don't think he thought it was gonna grow that the way it grew, but I definitely think it was a marketing scheme that actually was perfect.
And he's so good, who else is there to compare him to?
If you ask the
Can't
haters,
compare him to Clyde Drexler,
no, no,
John Stockton.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
The closest would be Karl Malone, but or a Karl Malone Charles Barkley mix, maybe with Magic in them.
Because Barkley was a powerful brother, man.
And that's who I liked during them times against Jordan. I was a Barkley fan. You know what I'm saying? So, and Barkley was a beast, bro.
Yeah, Jordan made me get off my Knicks, man. I see it. Man, he just continuously. Man, who ain't y'all got on this team? And he's still choking us out.
Still. They had a
I
squad.
am convinced that y'all just can't beat Jordan.
Well, that was definitely what it was.
They didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what the shuffle, the contracts, man, they had all-star cast.
I remember
Hall
when
of Fame
Allen
cast.
Houston on that squad at one point.
Allen Houston,
Latrell Sprewell.
Sprewell, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason.
Yeah.
Who didn't they have?
Then they
Then
kept.
they starting five or on the bench, and they still couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? He is who they say he is.
Oh yeah. He smashed
Man,
that.
he smashed. I'm like, why ain't y'all? It's one of him. It's five of y'all.
That's
Why ain't
crazy.
y'all been? It's one of him and Scotty. Let's
Right. It's a whole squad out there, but
couldn't
they
beat
only
him, man.
utilized like 3 of the players. The rest of them either was playing defense or rebounding. The way,
Still couldn't beat him.
yeah, and the thing was, man, people try to talk about symmetrics and the analytics and saying it don't work. It's probabilities, bro. And if you can use them analytics, use it to your advantage, because believe me, it's better to use them than not use them, especially when you're doing your coaching, because these, like I say, LeBron them, man, he a different breed of player too, and people don't get this. Jordan didn't know how to. I didn't hear Jordan talk about reading defenses. You know what I'm saying, or knowing the other team plays. I heard about him being a strict assassin. So he left. This way, the difference between LeBron and Jordan to me is, and there's no knock. Jordan played his role as the closer, the assassin, to get points when it's needed. You know what I'm saying? And do whatever he need to do to make that happen. That's what he did. LeBron pretty much came in and learned the game himself. He learned the game, how to read. Like, how a coach telling a interview about him calling out, LeBron calling out his plays. And he like, oh, shit, we in trouble now. Like, this Doc Rivers. And Popovich. Popovich, if you don't trust nothing, he ain't never been fake. Since period.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
Whatever he's never been. That's one guy I've seen interview always say, either he say something don't nobody like, or I know what he talking about. Like, a lot of people talk analytics and all that. They kind of went away from that now, but he be on some real shit. He was like, LeBron, man, you gotta respect that. Like, if he was talking about, at first he was this, Pop, got on him, beat him in Cleveland. That's when Pop knew how to get him. He was like, shit, when he went to Miami, it wasn't the same LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Because he said he learned. He didn't have a coach. He did have a coach. He didn't have Phil Jackson. He didn't have a system. He had to fit a system and become whatever he had to be. That's why he led in points, assists, rebounds, and I don't know about steals, but he led in those all the time on his squad. So
that's dominance, man. That's pure dominance.
It spread it across a facet of abilities.
He won a championship everywhere he went.
How you do that? You tell me.
3 different teams, right?
3 different teams, and you the man. Not Robert Horry. You know what I'm saying? Well, you just coming off the bench or starting sometimes. You just there to shoot the shot when it's big shot Bob.
Shot Bob.
No, LeBron is the train. So
definitely the engine.
Definitely, bro. So man, I know so why this debate matters. Jordan was the definition of dominance. LeBron redefined longevity and leadership. One changed the culture, one changed the blueprint. And yet we still act like there can only be one king. This ain't about numbers, it's about the mindset. It's about letting go of the either or, because man, we got that bad. And finally honoring both. And because greatness has many, many faces, man. Just think about
That's
that.
Real talk, man.
Think about that.
That's real talk, man. And man, man, that is transferable though, bro. It's transferable to what we deal with the underground. Because they think it's either or. Success and greatness can't have many faces, you know. So that whole statement is transferable from the Jordan, LeBron conversation to this music thing, this underground, this St. Louis music scene, the St. Louis artist scene, period.
Yeah.
Whether it's just hip hop, R&B, comedy, you know, soul, spoken word, it's the same, man. Greatness can have many faces.
Yes, sir.
And once we embrace that here, I think we'll start to do better. We'll start to see our longevity as a city, as the underground, as representing the culture.
I'm with you on that. It's that limited mindset.
But I ain't gonna sit here and think, the truth and everybody support everybody. That ain't what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm talking about embracing the differences of greatness, the image of success. Embrace that. Please
do, man. Both legends carved path no one else. Both legends carved path no one else could walk. So why we trying to erase one to lift the other? Maybe the real problem ain't the debate. Maybe it's that we ain't comfortable with duality. I don't know, man. But we'll catch y'all on the next. We're finna go to a quick break, y'all. Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's that feet check-in. Shout out to BB's Sports Bar and Grill. Make sure y'all check out Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays. I know for sure. They be having good food, good vibes.
Fire wings and drink.
Yes, sir. All day. Shout out to who I'm sending a shout out to today, man. To the Village Global Network. What up, Kimmy K? What up, Senior G? Nina Boss, I see you out there. Wendy Marquez.
Yeah, shout out to Nina.
Yeah, Golden Bronze.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be out there at that 90s party. It's going down. Uh-oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Nope, not that. There we go. We're gonna have a little time. What we gonna have about 4 minutes?
Welcome to the top. Where it's
You watched
always
that?
20 past 4.
The,
Welcome, St. Louis. Put your feet up. Let's get you more adjusted. There you go, sir. What is at your pleasure? And here's your life. Enjoy.
Yours awards.
Young man. Rude. Paranoid.
Hold up. Plugs don't take pictures. Hold up. Plugs don't take pictures. Here. This a photo opportunity. Look here. This photo opportunity.
Okay, we back. People's Choice. Tweezie the Don.
Tweezie, tell us about some new business endeavors you have coming.
You know, trying to get people to come together.
Yours awards.
What?
What?
You say something?
Yours awards.
Huh?
What?
Yours awards.
Huh?
What?
Yours awards.
What? Huh?
Yours awards.
What?
Huh?
Yours awards.
What?
What?
Yours awards.
What?
Yours awards. Yours awards.
What?
Yours awards.
Don't.
A photo opportunity.
Jump out the whip, that's clean enough to pull your mama. Black on black 44, call it Barack Obama. I see them watching, they watch me, but they can't see me. Well respected like Trump, but my moves not sleazy. Take it easy.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it again now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yours awards.
Huh? Wait, how'd you end up wearing my bonnet?
She slid in my ride. She made me wanna.
Hey! You've been sitting there with your mouth open for 30 seconds. So, what happened next?
I don't know. She started hiding her bonnets after that. I don't know what happened.
So what's the Yours Awards?
I have no idea. What you think it is?
Well, it could be a collection of entrepreneurs and overall successful people, poets, actresses, singers, models, business owners, so on and so forth, that get recognition all throughout the city of St. Louis.
I was thinking more OnlyFans.
I could see that.
took me for a ride. He caught me by
I had a dream I owed a man $40, not a fortune at all, just enough to test my character. He ain't pressed me though, just reminded me. And in the dream, one of my brothers said, I got you. Funny thing is, that wasn't just a dream. In real life, I was down to my last. Not broke, just stretched. Fighting to keep my savings safe while paying dues that stack like bricks. My people came through with the cabinet work, took the last of what I had on deck, and I gave it, straight up, because I'm not the type to promise and dip. I owed another man $150. I only had $100 in the bank and $50 in my hand. That's enough, so I made it enough. Meanwhile, my new tenants, they ain't just moving in, they moving with me. Painting walls, laying floors, asking for nothing but space and a key. That dream was my spirit, doing inventory. Checking my integrity, making sure I still move like a man who honors his words. Even when the bank says, See, when the funds fall low, that's when the truth stands tall. I don't run from my debt, I face it. I don't duck my people, I pay them. I don't beg for help, but when it comes, I receive it. That's real wealth. Not what's in your pocket, but what's in your principles. Got principles?
Yes, sir. All right.
Got principles.
Hey, and that's real talk, man. Cause you know, like I said, man, I had a dream today, which is crazy, but obviously it needed to come through. But that dream, bro, cause that's what I had chilled out smoking on, so I can get these. I got 3 dreams when I stopped smoking. You know what I'm saying? So that dream, it was like the feeling I had, like somebody, it was just like out the blue. Like somebody was like, hey, you owe me $40 and this and that. And I didn't feel like they was lying or nothing like that. And they wasn't pressing me. It was just, you know, like I think I gave it to them or cashed out. I don't know what happened. But that just happened in a dream because I was thinking like it wasn't nothing, but it really was something. You know what I'm saying? So when I analyzed it, it was pretty much telling me that, you know, even though you in a strenuous situation, you don't bend your principles. Because I could have came up with every excuse, and in real life, what was happening, what that said in that soliloquy, I owe, shout out to Izzy. He did some work over at the apartment, took all the money I had. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know or none of that shit. I ain't saying this to get feeling sorry or none of this. This is just a story I'm telling. You know what I'm saying? Which is a real story. But like he took it, it was. I'm like, so I could have been like, nah, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. It wasn't even a thought. You know what I'm saying? So did that, and I'm feeling like I was broke at that time. Not broke, but I could go like, and at the same time, I got savings. I'm just don't want to go into my savings. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it at that level because I knew this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? The longer you can stay out your savings, you should be good. You know what I'm saying? You should be able, because you done had it where you didn't have savings.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where my mental at. So, you know, and it's been working out. Even with my job, man, that's why I say the most I put issues in front of you to make sure when people talk about all that suffering, that's part of life, man. You can't, if you using that to explain something, you kind of immature about life. Suffering is not, listen, let me just be honest with y'all. It's not going to end. Issues, whatever. Every day is growing, period. I'm not telling nobody to accept anything. What I'm telling you is to better, you'll do better in yourself and growing with people who want to grow with you. I think that's pretty simple. And of course, always give praises up, because
Always.
if you can't, if you haven't figured it out yet, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be tested.
Sure.
Video games, you can say it, at least, you know, I'm gonna say this about video games, at least it's levels to it. And I can tell by a person who played a video game on how much detail you got. Not the longevity games where you just can play it I'm talking about like beating shit. Like beating levels. You know what I'm saying? How much you got. If you can do that much, that's why I don't play video games a lot, because I ain't against them, but you can't your life can't be a video game. Well, play your life like a video game. Don't play video games all your life. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Cause I get it. If you want your mind fed, like I play a lot of chess on the PC. You know what I'm saying? But it's about strategy. It's about just making sure my mind good. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I do it for. And I learn a lot of shit by losing. If you keep trying to, because if you can't lose a checker game, a chess game, without getting mad or learning something from it, then you got to learn something from. Like, I know I had an issue with losing. I don't like losing. Like, I don't know if people even recognize that, but I don't like losing. So and I'm serious, like I had to test it to just like regular chess games. Like I used to do the replacing and I'm like, dude, you ain't learning shit from, you got to go through the whole game and then go back and then figure it out. Now, if you can start over and do it again, or you can you got to learn, bro. You can't win every game. That's basically what the point. But it was a time where I could not win a game, so I couldn't figure. I'm like, why can't I beat this computer? Look, I'm thinking like it's only, I guess that was the wrong thing to think. But I'm like, how this computer keep beating me? But I just basically, I play the mode where I can go back and change moves. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it, but I have to be disciplined and do it all the way to the end of the game, then figure out where I fucked up. Because if they checkmate you, it's all over with.
It's a wrap.
That's a loss. But if you can catch it before they checkmate you and go back and be like, where did I fuck up at? And go back and see if you can figure it out. But if you already lost, it's a done deal. But my point is, play some shit that's going to better your mind. You know what I'm saying? And just to stay on track with the soliloquy, because that dream, man, it pretty much, it was just mimicking what I was going through, pretty much. But it let me know that I'm not worried about it, because I'd have been in this situation before. You know what I'm saying? Where it get crunch time. That's the best. That's the time when you feel the most alive. You know what I'm saying? I know I want to tie this into it with my kids too, because I wanted to hit that point when it came to having them there with me. it gives you. I think I said it, but I want to say it like this: being able to provide and be a father is a good thing. So you want to pass down good traits. So that's basically tying that into your principles. Everybody gonna go through. You gonna go through the grind. You know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid of what's behind that grind. That's the point. If something hard is coming and you can't face it, and my thing is, you never know until you face it.
Never know until you face it.
You can't run from it. You have to face up to reality. I think a lot of people don't want to face reality if you ain't got it, or if somehow you don't have it at one point. Listen, you have to do, how I sleep good at night is doing everything I need to do that day to make sure that don't happen. And if I can't do it, then I just know it's time to switch something up. Time to pivot.
Man,
it's time to figure it out.
That's real, man. When I first got in the education field, I was at a school site not too many blocks away, and it had a quote on the wall that said, "The expert in anything was once a beginner." And that stuck with me to this day.
Talk.
And I probably, my last day there was maybe in 21. So that has stuck with me for years.
Okay.
The expert in anything was once a beginner.
That's real. So, man. So I got some questions for the audience. When was the last time you chose your principles over your comfort? Would you do it again? I'm trying to think, when was the last time I chose my principles over my comfort? I'm going to say this, man. That's a real question, right? Because that's why I believe, you know, if it wasn't if sin wasn't perceived as a bad word, you know what I'm saying? Because I get, that's reality. We all sin. So if we all sin, you know, sin are we calling that shit? In per se? Just like we all shit. And you know what shit is. We know. So is sin really, how can I, if it was called bettering yourself, or these are the things you need to do to be this instead of sin, then I think that how can I say it? People be more comfortable with knowing that you're going to sin. You know what I'm saying? Some people make it so bad when it's really just like suffering. It comes with it. It don't matter if you sin or not. I'm just saying. So if you thinking about sin, I ain't saying sin as no, and don't get me twisted. I'm not saying sin in a good. We know what sin is perceived to be. We know what that is. That's you doing immoral shit. We got that. But we also know that it's going to happen. So I think it'll be better equipped to make it, to think of it as it's already known for what it is. That it's part of you, and you got to deal with it. How you need to deal with it in this world. Yes.
Sinful nature.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm trying to think of the actual question. Principles over my comfort. I mean, I would just say, just on a simple level, people can eat me up for it. I don't give a fuck. Accepting to be a father. You already know you ain't gonna be comfortable all the time. It's about principle.
That's true.
So, and I would say this because it's 2 levels to it too. And say, would you do it again? I'm gonna say, listen, I'm done having kids. So, if the question is, would I redo it again in life or do it again after? If it's after, no, I won't do it again. If I had to redo it again in the, like, erase the past and redo it, I would do it a different way. Be honest with you. Be strictly, because that's what I'll be honest. But my principle outstands anything that I know that thinking is just thinking. That's why I say if people think seeing in a different way, then always thinking you should run away from. Nah, I know that I'm not always right. So I'm gonna be honest. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? The same lie you telling yourself, and hopefully you're not believing the stupid lie. I get, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you believe the lie, you a whole different type of person. You know what I'm saying? So, my point is, man, when you become a father or however you become, if you want to or not, yes, that's going to be uncomfortable, but it's a few things that I learned about myself throughout these relationships that I don't really comfort. I never been comfortable. Shit. I think that what makes me different than a lot of people, because I'm not trying to. I done did the settle in. Even with the settle in life, it wasn't comfortable. His mother was cheating. We had to move. We had to do. It was kids. It was a lot of. It was a lot of shit going on.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
So, the comfort part, I threw that away a long time ago. So that's why I kind of don't. It ain't stopped my hunger for being more wise in the art of making a living and knowing what I'm gonna do when I get older. It ain't knocked me from that. That's why I say the Most High is a blessing Most High. You know what I'm saying? Yo, blessings come with curses. I don't look at, when I say it plain, but when I say it, I don't look at curses as bad things. Getting tested is not bad. When you do push-ups or weights, the muscles, if they ain't burning, something ain't happening. You ain't doing something wrong.
Wasting your time.
Simple. Are you built for the burn? That's really the question you should ask yourself. It will help you out a little more better if you think about that. Because what's on the other side, if you ain't listen, I'm going to say this. I can't feel bad for myself when I straight seen a no arm and no leg motivational speaker. Look them up. No arm, no legs. Born that way. A motivational speaker. Got from society standards, I'm not flirting with nobody wife and saying a certain motherfucker beautiful. You got to say that shit. But beautiful family. And I'm just like, bro, that made me think. I don't care with nobody. And it wasn't a joke either. You get what I'm saying? This was real. So when I seen them, I'm like, man, I can't, if I'm locked up, if I'm tripping off money issues, I'm straight have to think about it's a no arm. And this motherfucker can swim. You got kids, bro.
Wow.
It's like, I'm not gonna wish nothing on nobody. I mean, this is my thing. You have to feel like you're blessed. What is so horrible that's happening to you unless And my thing is, we don't know what death is. All we really scared of is the pain that comes with death. And I swear, if you live from my looking at people, when they old and die, they die peacefully. When they grow old and die, I'm not saying they don't be in comas and all that. Every old person I saw who I seen die or been there before they died was asleep. Like they was in a sleep thing. That was just what I saw though. But I'm not afraid of that. I'm just not afraid of that. I can't even say I am or was. But, well, I'm not no more. Just, I don't want to, you would think about agony, you know, you don't want da-da-da-da-da, but you can't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking more of me down when I get like 100. I'm shooting for hundreds. Because I think it's more your mental, and my thing is the longer you stay alive, the more chances they might find something else. But who knows what is that what you want? What is that? What if that happens? What if, I'm gonna say it like this. If you stay alive long enough and they find a way to extend your life, would people deem that a sin or would people deem that as a blessing? You see what I'm saying? Those are the philosophical questions that you have to trip off of, because you can hit that from either way. Bible, we know people that live longer than 100 years.
True.
Or it's technical people who wanna abide and make it this and make it that, try to interject it into the religion as bad. That's how get what I'm saying? To fuck up the stupid people brains to, I don't know. Let me stop that. I'm going too far.
But it's questions, you know. This is the philosophy.
I'm just saying. I can't say I'm not being alive during the times we've been alive. I can't knock off that could happen. I'm just saying. I can't. If you asked me back in 1990, even with the Terminator and all that, no, I wouldn't think it, because I was I'm looking at what technology was back then.
You was living in what was reality in the 90s.
Yeah.
Versus what is reality in 2025.
Right.
Totally different.
Totally different. So it's like, damn, man. Whoever it is, man, hey, toodles. I'm not gonna be mad at you, bro. But we went through all that just to answer that question. When was the last time you chose principles over your comfort? I say fatherhood. Going to college. I mean, I can name a few things, man.
Principle over comfort.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can say for me is allowing family members to live with you.
Yeah.
Or seeing a need to where you have to, and I don't want to say have to, but seeing a need where you chose to loan somebody money.
Yeah.
That's principle over comfort for me. You know, but now at this age, I got my principles.
Man.
But I'm shooting for comfort.
You're real talk.
You know what I'm talking about?
All day. That's what that's the tied into, man. Your principle, to me, our principle secures our comfort.
True.
So it's like the letting the family stay there, that's part of your principles. But it messes with your comfort. You know, but
that's it.
We'll give and take that long as respect is within bounds.
That's it, brother.
Man. So, all right, another question for the audience. Are you the same person when nobody's watching, especially when the pressure's high? What y'all think? Are you the same? I'm going to say this, man. I started off. Whatever I do in front of y'all at my crib, I would say I probably let my hair down, if that's the right place to say. I believe personally, I still believe that all your business shouldn't be out in the streets. It's just, especially if you know you got shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Nobody perfect, but to put all your business out, if everybody know everything about you, then what is that for them to figure out? Especially at what we doing as artists and influencers and things. So that nature, we want y'all to have to dig and pry. Go look. That's why when I don't know if I said this on, but I had a little social media backslash. Somebody put out some stuff that was going on with my family, and I straight felt like I knew that was gonna happen sooner or later. It wasn't like I was surprised or felt embarrassed. I didn't feel. I'm like, okay, this gon'. I already been audio recorded on the phone. Without I kind of knew because she mentioned she did somebody like that, but I told her on that phone call, like, don't, I'm letting you know, don't record me. But she didn't have, obviously she didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm gonna do. That's why I say when people say it, first of all, is it gonna be worth me suing her? No. We finna just deal with this on surface bullshit level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she recorded me and tried to use that shit against me and tried to use it too. Like, they emptied the clip on Tweezie, boy. I was looking like, yeah. But I was a G though. That's all. You know, when you a G, they can't. Teflon. Hey, that was one. Hey, I gotta say, that was one of my rawest. I would say it's like a performance of swatting the haters. Cause they came, like I saw them. They was masterful too. They brought every angle. The women trying to get at my gal, like they came, bro, and I handled that pretty good. And my gal was almost falling for it. And I'm like, I had to straight. That was the best one. I had to let her know. But I had to be real with her, because what the thing was, my ass, I was on some bullshit. I was on some bullshit. But it was ego, and it was, instead of, well, anyway, it had to go how it went. But who I was with, I was ready to go. She wanted to stay to look at this DJ dude perform, and I'm like, you know, that's automatic disrespect to me. You with me, let's go. I ain't giving a fuck about seeing nobody perform. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, she didn't leave, so I was pissed. So I called the old girl, because I knew she wanted to smash. She was already jealous and all this shit. Dumb. I wasn't going to smash her, too, because I didn't like her. I was mad. That's what I can admit. That's the point. I was mad. I felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I called her. We ain't even do nothing. I didn't even go over there. I think she even turned me down. You know what I'm saying? I think she even turned me down. So, you know, I didn't feel no type of way, because I was just because I didn't want to fuck old girl. I had a chance to fuck old girl already, and I didn't. That wasn't what I wanted to do. It was business. You know what I'm saying? So she kept that clip. She kept that audio, and it was like 6 months later, like 7 months later after we stopped fucking. We ain't talked in hell, because she got mad at me because I went on a Memphis trip with my gal, and I broke it off. I stopped fucking with her after that, because it's like, you ain't finna, that don't even make sense. So, ended it. So, somehow we all start beefing with the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they came and tried to hit Rena. with that. I was like, I just told her like this. Look, that was early in our relationship before I knew if I loved you like that or not. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you. I was pissed off that you stayed and watched another dude when I was ready to go. Yeah. So, and on top of that, I know you don't have to believe me, and that's fine if you don't, because I can understand if you don't believe me. But I wasn't gonna fuck her. That would have been, I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dumb. You don't like her, and I don't know if I fuck you, you finna try to fuck this relationship up. I already know that. That's not gonna work. Yeah, and I already, nah, bro, it ain't finna be no secret, none of it. As soon as I stick this thing in you, it's over. So I wasn't gonna do it. I truly was not gonna do it. But, you know, so I'm telling her that, and she couldn't do nothing but respect it. Cause it's like, I mean, we've been together longer. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even be on that. I didn't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you like that. I didn't know, and my thing, that was disrespectful. You wouldn't do that, while we together. So, but pretty much on that note, man, it goes back to who you are when ain't nobody watching. You know what I'm saying? If you can't accept who you are, and if somebody points something out you that might be agitated, and you might not want people to, you got to be able to handle that, man. And the real reason is why you tripping off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't gonna be the same. You know, everybody ain't the same. Everybody's strengths ain't the same. What works for me might not work for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's the intent on what can work for you when you listen to other people. And some people, bro, it ain't shit they talking about real. So, not a goddamn thing. You hear me? So, yes, I'm the same person behind closed doors, but a little more disciplined, because the outside is more performance, man. When it's honest, there's more performance. Like, you, depending on what type of person you is, you fake as fuck or you real as fuck. Or you are, what you call it? You have a strategy. You ain't just out here living. You have a strategy. You know you have a plan. You know what you want, and you working toward that. That's a difference too, because a lot of people are just living, and that's fine. That's a part of life too. That's a design too. But what design of life do you really want to live? And I want to live till I'm older, man. I don't want to. I want to live. I think it's hopes to live longer, because, you know, like I said, I listen to certain things in the book, and it's called waves, man. We could be heading toward that, or that could have been the past and it's coming back. You don't know. Reading that book, you don't know what ran. And I know this a little bit. If you read in that book, this how I trip off of it. All of them. If y'all reading this book and you believe this, what do you think that fits in to where we at for real? Is these things coming back? Because you can't say one part of it's coming back. I ain't talking about barbarian, you know, I'm talking about principles or whatever. Is all of this coming back? So it was stuff about gay people that we perceived in the Bible, and we said, what happened? Did that end all gay people? out throughout the did it? I'm just asking because it can't be true because I see them here.
Yeah, they still existing.
So a lot of things that are missing from the Bible, I think it would be a benefit to the world if the right people, and you can't, I guess you can't put that on, you know what I'm saying, was alive longer. You get what I'm saying? I think it would be a benefit if some people, and this the other thing, I'll say this because I don't, it all goes back to this question. We don't know what happens when we die. So I'm only living from where we at now. I would think, I don't know. So, and that's another question. Let's ask that question too, bro. We know the question we always ask ourselves is why are we put here? What about this question? Why was we put here on this earth? What is the earth here for? What's the point of it? You get what I'm saying? Because it's actually housing us unless we living in a, what you call it, a what's that shit?
Simulation.
The simulation. Unless we live in a simulation, what the fuck is Earth? I'm just saying, bro.
Some say flat, some say round.
It's whatever it is, we're living on it. I don't care what the fuck you say.
Real talk.
We living on it.
Yeah.
So I think like this a little bit, bro. Gas, we have an earthquake. Them gases come out, or the temperature tap just a little bit. What's up? Is that extinction? I mean, with technology, you get what I'm saying? Whoever got gas masks, whoever got whatever, who can live, blah, 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 that's going to dominate who's going to live past that, right? So, is technology truly how people be? Technology, yes, it can be used for good and bad. You call it whatever you want to. But for people who want to elevate the world and elevate a situation where that might happen, what wrong is that doing to this earth? You know what I'm saying? Is it or is it not? I'm more leaning to if the Most High is the Most High, as usual, when I read the Bible and everything, it's going to be good and it's going to be bad. But I always thought the good outweighed the bad.
Man, it's been that way for me.
So,
truly, it's truly been that way for me. You know, the good outweighing the bad. But
yeah.
Man, it's valid questions, bro. Like, and who is really qualified to give that answer? Only the ones who experienced it.
Hey.
But who are they?
Who?
You
I
know,
mean,
I'd like to meet them.
But this man, so from what you asking that trip off of it, if you believe in the slavery shit, and we came here, we understand it was people here first, but we all went through the motion. We have people. Look where we at right now. That's. I'm gonna say this. When you read, you can read that in the Bible. If you go to that, you know what verse I'm talking about when it explains what some people will say, the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? When he said what will happen to them and all of that, it sounds like you can correlate that with the black struggle in America, and a lot of people correlate that with the black people in America. You know what I'm saying? If you believe that or not, that's your own situation, but you can't deny that that's in the Bible.
Can't deny it. It's in there.
It's in there.
It's in there.
So, with that being said, bro, you can't, man. I forgot where I was going with it, but
it's still proven though.
It's
you know.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Just expounding on those questions you asking, man. Those are very valid questions for this type of show that we're doing, because you or me or we can't be the only one who have questions like that. You know, and that's why we say reach out, chime in, man.
All day, real talk.
Like, subscribe, share, reach out, chime in, man.
All right, I got 2 more. What does winning look like to you when there's no applause, just responsibility? That look like Father's Day. That's what we talk about.
I'm gonna drop this mic. Wow.
But that's, I
what
think that's
life. What a way
life.
to put that, bro.
It looks like Father's Day, bro.
And that's for those ones who don't expect applause. That's what winning look like.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
But for the ones who expect applause, you might not feel like you winning. You know what I'm saying?
Real
because,
talk.
you know, as you say, being a father is a thankless job.
Yeah.
But it's other ways that you're being thanked too.
Talk to him.
Like, man, I don't have to worry about my child like that. I can let him out the nest.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, it's trust built. They listen to the seeds I was planting in them, and I started to see them bear fruit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Bro,
what does winning look like without applause? Man,
that's a deep
fatherhood.
So you tell me what y'all think. All right, the last question. Do your principles shape your decisions, or do your situation bend your values? That's a deep question. I'm going to say it's probably about, I use both of those, you know, because sometimes your situation, you can't let your situation overwhelm you when it comes to principles. If you don't think you should whoop somebody's ass, they might kill you. You get what I'm saying? So you have to use, you know what I'm saying, with loyalty. You can be loyal to a fault. So situations, you gotta trip off the situation when it comes to it, but your primary, as far as me, I can speak for myself, I will be guided by my principles more, and then the situation might take over the rest of it, or I have to mix it up however I need to mix it up. But my principles always guide what I am, but I've known it's been situations where my principles fucked me up too. That's why I say strategic. Some people don't feel you respecting them when you respecting them. They don't, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but sometimes you have to disrespect the motherfucker to the point where they feel like y'all on the same boat or whatever. I don't know. That's their dance. I say it like this. I give it to you. When you was younger and you became friends with your best friends because y'all fought. That type of shit. If you don't laugh at they laugh, they get mad at you type shit. So, and they gotta, how can I say it? They not bad people. That's their way of testing you to get to the next level. And I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But overall, I stick with my principles, because once you go, even if your situation dictates you to go outside of your principles, it better be worth it. Like, I give you an example. I think people who cheat with one of their homies' best gals or fuck each other girls, your you more situation than principles, because you can't sit here and be cool with me in doing that.
That's not standing on principle.
No, you situational.
Today, man.
And you can't help yourself because, I be mad at my girl, but I learned now, and I'm just saying this now, and I would break up with my girl. But, sorry, I think that's just how she was. I mean, I would expect it. If it's happening, I think that I was done for not even knowing that that's what it was.
I'm going to feel that was always you.
Yeah.
It's just out now.
Yeah, and y'all, so thank you, for real. Thank you, and at the same time, I see what type of mental I got to watch out for motherfuckers like you, because I don't think like that. I think of our friendship way more than that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I know I locked that door.
All right. But you got anything else to say?
You would, like you said, you would hope your principles guide you. But like you said, there's some situations where, like you say, being loyal to a fault, like fighting for your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where the situation might dictate otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we not gonna include or shall you say dismiss all that slime ball stuff that these guys be on, like you said. The situation presented itself, so I got with one of his exes and all that. That's not standing on principle. You would hope that 90% of your decisions made off principle.
Yeah. And
the other 10 is the situational ship, let's just say.
Yes, I'm with you on that, brother. All day, man. So, this ain't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about choosing what's right, even when it's tight, motherfucker. All right, man. Where we at? We got that one. We're going to end with this one right here. But before we go, before we get up out of here, I think y'all gonna like this next episode, because if y'all ain't been watching, Trump warned us about World War III. Said Biden would lead us straight into it. And now, Iran, ICE raids, California protests, global unrest. The streets ain't sleeping. The silence ain't peaceful. So what's really going on? Is Trump just loud, or is he loud and right? Next week we dig into the chaos, the headlines, and hidden agendas, and ask the uncomfortable question. What is the uncomfortable question? What is Trump really doing? This ain't just a podcast. This is the Philosophy Show.
Yeah.
Man, we'll see y'all next time, man.
It's the Philosophy Show with the council.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
Yeah.
16-pad ring. You a fool for this. You know I had to go get the steppers, right?
We talking God shit. Who you with when life is limitless? You built the script simultaneously while you lift the gift. Trust and only I can get us out this hill.
What's that you talk?
You know we only talking God. We talking God shit. Who you with when life is limitless? You built the script simultaneously while you lift the gift. Trust and only I can get us out this hill.
What's that you talk?
You know we only talking God. In the beginning that was life, so I was let's be friends. But at the end of the night, it was by my ends. I'm on the ground with my grind. You can't deny that I'm great. The only thing you can do is up the level on hate. Trump supporters want to clean our plates. Disguise the debate. Killing delay. We on the slate team. And we ain't talking about holidays. Not for gunplay, but money making their way. But if you wanna take it thorough, we can make it rattle. We prepare the cattle, and we are best at battle. They said I was gossip when you brought me in this, but it's my everyday struggle that got me this. It was my mama on welfare, my daddy on crack rock. The grind don't stop. I was raised by hip hop. This one for the culture, black excellent hood nurture. We was raised with virtue. It's our time. We talking God shit. Who you with when life is limitless? You built the script simultaneously while you lift the gift. Trust and only I can get us out this hill.
What's that you talk?
You know we only talking God.
Back inside the lines then, put the paper to pen. We form Voltron, League of Women and Men. Destroying competition with a devilish grin. Set the pace in the race, cause we winning again. We the best, Midwest, house blessings bestow. Dominate the interstate, so these suckers will know. You can't penetrate or integrate, the dungeon is closed. Okay, we liquidate, now you're living exposed. Technique, when we speak, rap rugged and raw. Transparent and translucent, going bar for bar. Rap right like two wheels on the back of a car. Like tight like vice grips on the lid of a jar. We haven't sent, pay the rent, courtesy of the team. It's inevitable, how we severing dreams. It's commendable, how we stepped on the scene. We separating God shit from your devilish schemes.
We talking God shit. Who you with when life is limitless? You built the script simultaneously while you lift the gift. Trust and only I can get us out this hill.
What's that you talk?
You know we only talking God. We talking God shit. Who you with when life is limitless? You built the script simultaneously while you lift the gift. Trust and only I can get us out this hill.
What's that you talk?
You know we only talking God shit.
Yeah, God shit. Great orderly direction. Intelligence triumph.